Well, first of all, if I can be half as persuasive as Carlton was, then I'll be pretty happy. Anyway, yeah, so the topic speech is the value of buying used cars, and I hope that perhaps I'll convince at least one of you that the next time you buy a car, you'll consider buying a used car. And, you know, a lot of y'all are looking, I know you're thinking, okay, I know what he's going to say. New cars cost a lot of money, and used cars cost a lot less. That's certainly true. And we all also know that, you know, there's the saying that once you drive a car off of the lot, it depreciates so much of its value. But let's go beyond that, because a lot of us still do. As Americans, we buy new. So let's talk about the psychology of it. And in essence, I believe that as Americans, very rarely do we ever want to buy down. Instead, as we are getting older, we want to buy up. As an example, not many people go from the 40-inch flat screen TV back to the 17-inch tube television. And in the car world, I'm yet to see many Mercedes drivers traded in for perhaps a Honda Civic. We just don't end up as a culture buying down. But with that in mind, and the fact that we like buying up, we simply want to harness that and accept that we don't need everything right now. We have the rest of our lives to continue buying up and enjoy a few more perks and pleasures, and as it relates to cars, newer model or more features. And so, you know, what comes to mind is, I guess I feel like I hear it a lot, or I see it a lot of people in their 20s. They graduate from college and they get a new job, and first thing they do is they go out and get a new car. They want to get rid of that old car they've been driving. It's a hand-me-down. It's probably broken down. Mine was, actually. And so you get a new car. But what you find most often is perhaps the person goes out and buys a brand new Honda Accord, which is a good car. But, you know, within 40 years or so, they're getting tired of it. Here they've gotten a promotion or two. Now they're making $35,000, maybe $50,000. So they decide they're ready for an Audi or an entry-level BMW, and they go out and get it. Well, you know, the fact that people are buying a car or leasing a car that's about equal to what 1 year's salary is has to be one of the greatest advertising accomplishments of the car industry ever. And so, you know, if we get beyond that, we talk about what's the opportunity cost of where else you could spend that money. Well, that might be equal to as much as, say, $350 per month more that you're paying for a new car. And, well, $350 per month can go a long way, whether it be to leisure, including just doing things you enjoy doing, maybe traveling more. These are things that you would enjoy and get happiness out of. At the same time, you could put that into a retirement account and do yourself a great service for planning for the future. Now, I am in real estate, so I'd be remiss to say that, hey, if you spent $350 per month more into a budget, and maybe some people would call you house poor, but you know, I'm here to say that buying, say, $350 more per month is about $60,000 more of house. Now that might put you 5 miles closer to where you want to be. It might buy you a larger house, whatever it may be. That house you're going to enjoy every day of your life. And I'm not in residential real estate. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just saying as it is. What is important as well is in addition to the enjoyment you get out of it, it's going to go up in value. And $60,000 in 10 years is going to be worth about $100,000 when we're talking about 5% annual appreciation in home value. And in a country where our net savings rate is negative, that is an excellent way to build net worth. So, if we're to go back to the previous topic, what am I recommending here? Well, in essence, I believe that it would be best to trade in that 1978 Jalopy, you know, that you want to get rid of. But you don't need a new car. You can get a 98 model of that Honda Accord, and guess what? They're all going to be newer features than what you're used to, and you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of the car. It'll run well, low maintenance, and so forth. And you'll pay about $5,000 for it. You'll trade it in 4 years for maybe $2,000. And if you want to upgrade to the BMW, well, Ryan Cohn just did it recently, and he got his a 99 for $10,000.
Wow.
So you spend $10,000. He thinks it's worth more than that still today, but let's just say, you know, in 4 years, that's going to be worth. You'll trade it in or sell it for, let's say, $5,000. Over 8 years, you spend $8,000 on the cost of ownership. In comparison to the other person who bought the new Honda Accord, then traded and got the lease on the BMW, $50,000 or more in that short 8-year period. So this is a no-brainer, right? Let me hear you. This is a no-brainer. All right. The next car you buy, make it a used one. Last 5 of mine have been. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster.